Lord, I give you praise. I give you praise regardless. Okay, this is the month of February and it's Valentine month, and we see lots of happiness and hearts and things round about us. But sometimes it's not a happy time. Sometimes it's a time of sadness because somebody doesn't have someone to love close to like they'd like, a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend. Sometimes they've lost their loved one. This past couple of years, there's been a lot of people that have passed away. And so we don't always feel so happy. We don't always have that joy and that exuberance that we may have celebrated in the past. But we are to give thanks in everything, regardless of how hard it is. So today, as I was thinking about my devotion, he reminded me of this song. Lord, I give you praise. Lord, I give you praise. Lord, I give you praise for all you have done. So, Lord, I praise you regardless of my situation, regardless of how I feel, regardless of what I think, because you are in control. You are in control of my hurts, my disappointments, my good days, my bad days. I give you praise. So, these things come to all of us at one time or another in our life. Hurts come, disappointments come, trials come. They come to every one of us. No one is exempt from it. It's how do we handle it? How do we handle our trouble? How do we handle the hurts and disappointments? We can hate or harbor, or we can hug and help heal, or we can have healing and be healed in our life. So it's up to us. How are we going to handle our hurts and disappointments? And how are we going to help others handle theirs? Psalm 143:8 spoke to me. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. It's all about trusting in God and in and during our trials. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. And not long ago, I heard a message by a minister, and he has passed on, Charles Grisham, and he had some really good things to say. And I took notes, and I'd like to share with you the notes from that message. He lost his daughter, and he talks about the hard times he was going through and everything going on at once. He says, we can't be God. We don't want to get in the business of judging God and the way God deals with things, because he is supreme. He sees the whole picture. So he said, I need to think about the things I can do. And that's what we want to do today. We want to think about the things we can do in the given situation that we are in. I can focus on the word of God. I can focus on God's faithfulness. We can do that. I can pray. He's there for us always, no matter what we're dealing with, the good times, the bad times, the ugly times, the sad times. We can whisper a prayer, talk to him like you talk to me. It's not hard. He's there with us. He cares about us. I can smile. That's one thing I can do, and I try to do that a lot. I can love the Lord. And if you have trouble loving the Lord because of your hurt and disappointment, I suggest that you change your prayers and maybe say something like this: Lord, let me know how to love you. Lord, help me to love you. Lord, get me to the place where I can love you and where I can feel your love, because sometimes we aren't there. We need his help. And I've been there before, so I know. I can go to church. I can assemble in the house of the Lord because he says that we gather and give him praise and glory and honor. He is in the midst of us. We are encouraged by other believers. We don't want to get in the judge business, but we do want to get in the praise and worship business. We want to focus on him. I thought this was so good, and it really helped me. And I find it true in my own healing right now. Your healing will come through your own ministry. Be a vessel, touching people's lives, crying with them, praying with them. There's nothing like somebody that's been through what you're going through to help you. And then when you get through it, to help someone else during that time. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to share with them what God has done for you, how you've hurt, but how he's helped you. When you are alone, you can do so many things wrong. And I thought about that. A lot of the things I've done wrong are the times when I've been alone, when I've been lonely, and I haven't been thinking clearly. So when you are feeling alone, you can make the wrong decisions. When you are feeling alone, you can make the wrong moves. when you go forward, or you can stay somewhere too long, and that's not a good thing. You can make the wrong choices and perceive the wrong things, because when darkness surrounds us, it's so easy to think that people don't love you. And it's also easy to think that people don't love you, but that God doesn't love you and that you have no love to give. But God is the God of love, and he loves us in spite of us and in spite of the way we act. He is there to help us. I thought this was good too. He said, without the tears in the eyes, there can be no rainbow over the soul. So although you may be hurting today, although you may feel helpless and hopeless and lost, Jesus is there and he cares about us. So let's remember to do what we can do, and let's call on him. Verse 10 of Psalm 143 says, teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. So cause me to hear thy loving kindness. Cause me to know that you are with me, and teach me to do thy will. I can pray. I can smile. I can believe in your word. I can do what I can to help others. Teach me to do thy will. It's a constant prayer. For thou art my God. Thy spirit is good in spite of how I feel, in spite of what I'm going through. Lead me into the land of uprightness. He is there for us. He cares about us. So let's give him praise. Lord, I give you praise for all you have done. One day we may see why. One day we may not, but we trust him regardless. Lord, I give you praise regardless of how I feel, regardless of what's going on. I trust you. Have a good day.